Hi guys, FrostFangs here, and welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video. We're going to be playing some Corvus today. He's been out for, I think, around 2 weeks at the time of recording this video. Obviously, by the time you watch this, it might be significantly later, but him and the patch have both been out for, I think, around 2 weeks, sometime around there. Obviously, I covered him on the PTS, and I made a video when he released, but I haven't really talked about him all that much since then, and my alerts for him have changed quite a bit, so I thought it would make sense to do an updated video 2 weeks later. And obviously, since it's been about 2 weeks, there's already been a meta form around him and a standard sort of loadout type that you see in a playstyle as well. I've got 3 of them here, but there is one that I don't have, which I'll also talk about in a minute. We'll go through the alerts and then we'll just jump into some games. So I have this one, which I'd call my standard one. We've got Grand Design, level 5, really strong card, extra health, a little bit of a shield, a little bit of extra healing to marks, and then a little bit of self-heal. Grand Design is a card that I definitely expect to be nerfed in the future because it gives the person you mark 25% lifesteal, which is already kind of crazy, but then you also get that lifesteal on yourself as self-heal. It's honestly kind of a crazy strong card. I'm expecting it to get nerfed alongside some of his others, but hopefully they do also buff up some of his other cards or maybe change some of them out so that he does have at least some decent alternatives to the standard sort of thing you see these days. But yeah, then we have a variant of it, which is pretty much the same thing. We just have slightly less health, but then we have speed on the person that we mark or the people if we go for the talent that gives you 2 marks, which is obviously what you usually do. This is definitely not a setup you want to run all the time, but if you've got like a Terminus or people who really benefit from movement speed, this can be a really good choice. And then the second variant is the same as the one I just showed you, except instead of the speed, we have a shield whenever we put a mark on somebody. And obviously you can have 2 marks out with the right talent, and that can be up to 250 health, and you have basically no cooldown on it, so you can just consistently have a 250 health shield on whoever you want. Obviously you have to throw your mark around a ton for this to work properly, so it's not necessarily my favorite, but it does work well in some situations. That's pretty much it for my setups. Another one that I do see quite regularly though is Ominous Relic. I haven't really found a good use for it, but I do see a lot of people rock this. Level 5 to get ammo when you throw out your heal can be useful if you're planning to play more like a hybrid, but when I play Corvus I don't really feel like I'm out of ammo that much, so I don't really rock this card, but definitely an option. And for talent we'll be going for Spreading Influence, probably my favorite and the one that I'd say is the strongest. It gives you 2 marks, but then you heal for a little bit less on your marked targets. Dark Gifts isn't terrible. If you're not level 8 on Corvus, I'd probably recommend going for that, and then Stunning Visage is also decent, but it's obviously an off-meta choice. Surprisingly, he seems to have been generally received as a pretty balanced champion. I haven't really seen too many people complain about him being too strong, and I also haven't seen too many people say that he's too weak. If anything, I'd say he's decent, maybe a little bit too good just with some of his cards, but overall I think he's in a pretty good spot. He could easily not be changed at all, and he'd probably still be fine. But I mentioned the cards specifically because he's only been out for 2 weeks, and you can already see the ones that are being used and the ones that are being completely ignored, like Abyssal Effluxion. That's a weird word. That one is just a really weird card, and a few of the other ones he's got that just don't really make all that much sense, so maybe they'll fiddle around with those. But I think talent-wise and base kit is probably fine. Maybe it needs a little bit of tweaking, but overall he's not too far off where I think he should be, is what I'm trying to say. Right, well, for game 1 we've got Siege Splitstone Quarry. Shoutouts to V2I Shootix and also Piege Maru 42. I have no idea. I went ahead and used a booster and grabbed the skin. We can also use a battle pass one, why not? I have actually played with this skin before. Overall I'd give it like a solid 7. The only downside is it is a hell of a lot louder than standard Corvus, so it does make you easier to see and hit. Obviously your hitbox is the same, but the skin is just a lot louder than the other one. For the team we've got Danber, Grok, a Dredge and a Khan, and we're up against a Buck, a Leon, a Barak, an Io and a Makoa. So single tank versus double tank, but then we do technically have a triple support, although Grok will probably be going for damage, I would assume. Neither side I'd really say has a super standard team, but this is my first game today. It's about 4 AM when I'm recording this video, so if this is a little bit more scuffed, then yeah, give me a bit of a break. We'll go ahead and grab the talent, and I guess in this situation we should go for just the standard one with the extra health. I don't really feel like the shield or the speed would make too much sense. We'll go ahead and grab some Chronos. For talents we've got Spirits Chosen, Vortex Grip, Hurl and Maelstrom, so he is going for damage, and then Danber is going for heals, so maybe I should go for the shielding setup. I actually don't really know, but this weapon looks better in-game than I thought it did. For their talents we're up against Bounce House, Alacrity Goddess's Blessing, Half Shell and Architectronics. For some reason the frame rate is already really bad. I haven't even been doing any heals. Corvus does have performance issues as far as I can tell, but this is absolutely terrible right now. For some reason I don't have to be too active with Corvus, so it should be fine, but it's definitely kind of distracting. We'll blink over here, get a heal onto him. Hello Buck, what's popping my guy? I'm guessing he's going to jump. Yeah, I'm dead. Well, we did get kind of wiped and we got the objective lost. I did just go ahead and fiddle with my settings because for some reason my frame rate right now is really bad. To be honest, Paladins has been far from a freaking smooth experience lately with the servers and like game performance also just generally being kind of weird, but there's some shots on the Makoa. We're also getting some heals. This skin also has a different reload animation. I don't think I mentioned that already. It's kind of interesting though, seeing a skin with a different reload animation. I don't know if they'll be doing more of it in the future. There's a heal onto like 3 of them. There's a mark on the Danber. Let's get a heal onto him and the Khan. There goes the Barak. We'll just drop another heal. These guys are all looking pretty good. Just going to focus on heals and making sure these guys are doing good. I'm not really going to focus on damage all that much. Khan just got kind of battered. I'm the last one alive. Going to have to retreat here because obviously I can't deal with 5 of them. Definitely having a bit of a hard time here. Khan went ahead and ran over onto left. I'm going to go ahead and jump onto this to defend it, but that didn't happen. I don't know why we didn't try and hold the objective there. That was kind of weird. Am I dead? No, we're fine. Khan just said, Dredge, can you leave, please? Yeah, sure. I have no idea what's going on. The Khan doesn't even have items. I'm very confused. This is a bit of a weird match. It is 4 a.m. So this is kind of what I expect when I play at these sort of hours. Got our mark over there on the Khan. He did just try and get a grab, but he missed. There's the buck jumping me. There's the teleport. I'm still dead though. That just said nice ult Khan. Why is everybody flaming at 4 a.m? Can we just have a chill game, please? I'm gonna go ahead and pop the ult. I don't really know if I want to even drop it, but I guess I should throw it there on the barrack and kind of near the objective, get some shots on the buck. He's blinking away, or jumping away, not a blink. What I was trying to say is I'm not too bothered if this match does go badly, because I'm not really trying to show off my Corvus skills in this one, because it's my first game today. It's the first match. I kind of need a little bit of a warm-up first. It'd be a little bit salty if this was the second or the third match in the video, but yeah, it's a little bit of a chill warm-up, I guess. Just gonna sit back here and throw out heals. I'm still doing a decent job. I feel like I'm still giving a pretty decent benefit to the team. That is Buck trying to jump at me. We hit him with the 400 and then I just blinked away. Luckily Corvus does have a pretty good escape with the F. There is a heal onto him. Makora is pushing the objective. For some reason the whole team is pushed up. I'm gonna go ahead and try and leave, but I'm dead. Pretty sure the stats will do a better job than I can of showing off why this game has been a bit of a mess. I'm just gonna continue to sit back here and throw out heals. It's Damba going for an all. We got a grab from the Khan. Nice. There's a heal onto him. The Leon is trying to batter me at the back. There's a Q to the Grok. I'm probably gone. I did just try and blink away, but that Leon was paying a ton of attention to me. Grok went ahead and used the ult. Khan is super pushed up. He did get rid of the Leon though. We just grabbed the Mako. We just shredded him. Nice. I feel like Khan's actually doing a pretty good job. I'm just going to make sure they don't get a sneak push, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get it. I did jump back to try and defend it. Luckily Damba heard me call defend, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get there in time to stop it. If this is a 0-4, I'm honestly fine with that. I'm going to try and jump on it to hold it. There's the ult as well. Damage reduction kind of saving my ass. We'll throw it there, but yeah, it's not going to matter. There is the defeat. 0-4. We're just kind of air gliding there. Love to see it. We'll just go through the stats and then we'll jump into game 2 pretty quick. Yeah, there we go. There are the stats for game 1. Khan did pretty good. Damba did alright. Dredge had a bit of a tough time. Grok had a bit of a tough time. I feel like I didn't do particularly good. Very similar to the Damba. We both had about 15-20k damage and then like 50k heals. Shoutouts to K.M. We love you, Frost. Hi guys, FrostFangs here. Shoutouts to the people on the enemy team. That was the Io, the Lian, and I think also possibly the Buck and the Makoa. No, but shoutouts to them. They did a good job. I feel like overall they do deserve the win. Buck was a pain in the ass. He didn't really get contested all that much because the team wasn't really paying attention to our backline, but yeah, overall they definitely do deserve the win. That was my point. So yeah, for their team, Barrack did alright, Buck did really good, Makoa did alright, IO did alright, and Lian was a pain in the ass. Overall they just had a better team than us. So yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into another one. That definitely wasn't a great demonstration of Corvus's abilities, but hey, you can't win them all. Alright, well for game 2 we got Siege Frozen God. I'm not going to bother using a skin booster and grabbing the skin just because of the gameplay disadvantage, and also I've already shown it off, so I don't really feel the need to play with it twice. But for the team we got Term, Grok, Kinessa, and a Zin, and for the enemy team we're up against another Kinessa, a Grover, a Tyra, a Torvald, and an IO. So this is a bit more of an even match than the last one, team composition wise. We have a very similar thing. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab Splitting Influence, and we'll go for the speed setup in this one, just because we do have a Terminus. We also have a couple other people there who do benefit a bit from a speed buff. For talents, we've got Decimation, Maelstrom, Steady Aim, Yomi, another Steady Aim, Ferocity, thanks Grandpa, Ghost, His Blessing, and Mercy Kill. Making sure the mark is on the Term and the Zin, because these guys both benefit pretty massively from the speed buff. There's one onto the Grok. I'm just kind of sitting here in the middle trying to avoid him. There's one onto the Term, couple little pokes. We'll throw one up there on the Zin. There goes the Term. I'm going to go ahead and blink over here. There's a heal onto him. I guess we'll throw the mark on a 2. That is their Kinessa, I think, going for the ult. Indeed it is. I'm going to just try and get out of the way. I don't know how she didn't hit me with one of those. I'm going to blink over here, throw another heal. This is a very hectic match. Got the mark on the Zin as well. She's kind of pushing up on the left side here, but I think we're alright. It's a heal onto him. Just throwing over some more little pot shots. That is the Kinessa. I'm dead. I did try and juke a little bit. I probably should have tried to throw my F or something, but I think she's dead here anyway. There we go, and that should be the cap. 1-0, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Throw a mark onto the Zin. There's a heal onto these two guys. Get rid of that Kinessa mine. There's another one. She's definitely the person giving me the most trouble right now. I feel like I can ignore the rest of them, but that Kinessa is kind of shredding me. There's a heal onto her and also the Term. I'm going to go ahead and throw the ult and just drop it in there. Is that a good place for it? I think we are hitting the Tyra, but I don't know if I'm hitting anybody else. There goes the Term, sadly. That's Kinessa going for the ult again, although I think I'm frozen. I have no idea what's happening. I've never had this happen before in Paladins. That's really weird. I'm pretty sure that's me DC'd, although I've never just had a game pause on me before. The objective's still rolling, even though it's not updating at the top, but yeah, this is very weird. I guess I should just relaunch my game. Right, well, we're back. I don't think I was actually the only person who kicked, because in the chat they just said 2 people crashed, so I guess it's me and somebody else. I don't know if my internet died or what happened there, but I don't think it did. Either way, they're all on now pretty damn big streaks. We obviously didn't get the push, so it's the one 1-1. For some reason, the bot bought me Cauterize. Not a terrible choice, but definitely wouldn't have been my first one. Don't think it was my side. I'm pretty sure it was a server thing, but I can't say that for sure. It might have just been me. No, but there, heals on to the Zin and the Term. We'll throw a right click on him. I'm sure he's benefiting from that 15% speed buff, although he is now definitely off the map. The Zin, who was off, I must have misjudged the situation. There goes the Torvald. Took a little minute. We'll just keep getting heals on him. Yeah, it does seem like the Grok didn't connect because he's just standing back at spawn, so I don't think it was just me, which means it probably wasn't on my side. Let's just keep getting heals on him. I'm totally dead to the Tyra here. Not really much I could do against that. Not sure if the Grok is back or if he's been replaced by a bot, but Term is going for the ult. He did just get hit pretty much instantly by the Kinessa. We'll throw a heal on him. He's pushing up on her here. She should nearly be gone. She's on no health. I kind of want to F in, but that's a bad idea. We'll just blink over here. So heal onto the Term and the Zin. We'll just keep throwing our right click out as much as possible. That's really all you do with goddamn Corvus, is you just mark people and throw out heals. There's another one for those two guys. I think overall I'm going to have a decent stat. It doesn't help that I got disconnected, but I think now that we're all here again, we should stand a decent chance at winning this game again. There we go. That is the 2-0. I think we would have been screwed if the Grok didn't come back, but I'm pretty sure he's a person as well, so I think we're fine now that it's 5v5. So heal onto the Kinessa. I kind of want to go for the ult again and throw it in there. It's probably a decent idea. Yeah, that's like 3 of them. Nice. There we go. That actually worked pretty decent. Then we got rid of the Tyra. I think the rest of them all retreated as well. There's a Q over there to him and a heal onto the Zin. Kinessa is looking real low. There's a Q onto him. There's a right click onto the Term. This is very messy. I feel like I'm throwing out a lot of heals. Not messy, it's just like a lot going on is what I meant. There's a heal onto her again. For some reason the mark icon at the bottom is bugged. I'm only just noticing that. It's only showing one of the 2 people I have marked. That's really weird. Trying to heal this Term, but he's a little bit out of range. That's Kinessa going for the ult. Not a Kinessa, it's a Tyra. Oh my god, why did I just get thrown like that? I jumped on top of like the spiky wall and for some reason it threw me all the way left instead of just a little bit to the right. That sucked. We'll go ahead and get a little bit more Chronos, I guess. Just gonna throw a Q on him, throw a heal. That actually worked. Throw another one onto the Grok. That is the one thing I do like about Corvus, is the fact that you've got pretty damn big range heals. It's not technically infinite because there is a range cap to the Q, but it's just really, really far away. We'll just keep throwing heals onto the Zin and to this Kinessa and to the Term who's miles away. Never mind, the Term is dead. He does have his ult up, but I don't think he's going to use it. IO just ulted, I think, really prematurely. Just going to blink up a little bit, throw some more heals. They're all there. This is a full-on team fight, it seems like. Is Kinessa nearly getting rid of me? I'm just trying to throw out my heals and little pot shots whenever I can. I'm playing it safe, though. I don't want to be out in the open and getting killed by Kinessa. But we got pushed off the objective by the Torvald ult, and there's the defense failed. Fair enough. I don't know if I want to continue getting Cauterize because I'm not really focusing on damage at all, so it doesn't really make sense. Obviously, eventually I'll finish off Cauterize because it's taking up an item slot, but I don't know if I should go for it now. I kind of feel like going for Morale Boost or Haven is a smarter decision, so we'll get some of that. We do all have our ultimates up, although it does seem like the Grok is once again sat in spawn. Okay, no, he's coming with us. I don't know if he's getting kicked or if he's just AFKing. I'm honestly not sure. Either way, we'll throw some marks on these guys. I'm going to go ahead and drop an ult there. Is that a good spot for it? I feel like that does kind of separate them a little bit. That is Tyra ulting. I'm going to blink over here. I am now in front of the Kinessa, so I'm dead. I thought that was our Kinessa at the start. Our Kinessa is right there as well. Zin is at the back. Term is here on no health, so that is the team fight lost. Going to be an interesting stats page, that's for sure. We'll just throw the mark on him and keep it on the Nessa so I can just continuously spam these heals from like really far away. It's the enemy Kinessa going for the ult. I'm just sitting back here and throwing out heals. This is a very passive way to play, but it's actually working pretty decently. Push up a little bit so we can get some more on the guys who are up front. Kinessa's fine, so yeah, we'll just keep healing these guys. The Tyra is mauling through the Grok. He's gone. I'm going to blink over here. Don't know if that was a good idea or not. Frame rate dipped really hard. F is off cooldown, so we can now go up here, throw a heal onto her, throw a Q up there on the Zin. There's another one onto her. Mark the Term. My frame rate is dipping so hard when I throw out these heals. I really don't think the Paladins engine can handle me healing 3 people at once because it literally dips from about like 150 pinned frame rate to down to like less than 100. Obviously 100 FPS isn't anything to complain about, but it's the fact that it's dipping from like 144 down to 100 every time I throw my right click out makes it feel way worse than just playing at like a solid 100, if you get what I mean. I'd much rather have like a super solid 100 FPS than 144 that dips down to 100 every time I throw a heal, if you get what I mean. I'm just throwing out heals on this Kinessa with the 2 guys being pushed up. You're still holding the overtime. The Kinessa is also getting hit every now and again. Term does have his ult up. I don't know why a Grok is still sat in spawn. Term did go ahead and use the ult, but he got mauled really, really quickly. I don't think we have a Grok who's playing, so like I said, stats page for this one is going to be interesting to see. Frame rate is dipping really, really hard, but I'm just spamming my right click as much as possible. Kinessa's there at the back. We'll throw a mark on her. Going to go ahead and drop the ult just to make sure that we can get this defense. That should secure it because they're not going to want to stand in that. Still somehow managed to hold the overtime. I'm guessing that was because of the Luna, but there's some more heals, and there is the 3-3. The frame rate is fine as long as I'm not doing anything. I had this problem on the PTS. I know a bunch of other people having this problem as well. I don't know if it's on console or not, but it's pretty rough. Like the frame rate halves whenever I throw my right click on somebody. It's super noticeable. I hope it gets fixed, but it's been a problem since the PTS, so I highly doubt it. Grok is once again really late to the party because he's just sitting in spawn a ton for some reason. There's some more right clicks on the Term and also the Zin. There's another right click onto him again. Just throw out some little shots. Really, I'm trying my best to keep these guys alive. There's the blink. That is Torvald going time for the ult. There's a heal onto him. We'll throw the mark up there as well. There's another one. The frame rate is so bad. I'm going to go ahead and blink over there so I can sit with this Kinessa and throw out heals without having to really worry about getting killed. Pretty sure the frame rate dips don't show in the video because obviously the video is locked at 60, but man, it's really, really rough right now. There's a mark for the Xin and also a heal for the other two guys, or three of them. There's another one onto him. Let's get rid of the IO. Another heal onto him. Kinessa is trying to get rid of me. I think I might blink in and try and get rid of her. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Just remembered it's 3-3. If we get this cap, we do have the win. I'm in a bit of a risky spot, but I'm just trying to play it kind of close to the guys who actually need healing all the time. There goes the IO. There's a heal onto him and the Xin. We'll throw one onto the Grok. Went ahead and dropped the ult just kind of in the middle, just throwing out more heals. There's a blink. I'm going to go ahead and just sit with this Kinessa and the Xin. Hello, Grover. You are gone. That should be the cap. I'm pretty sure they're all out other than the IO. I'm pretty sure we got it. And there we go. That is the 4-3. Me and Term just kind of emoting. Their stats page for this one is going to be really interesting. We got a little bit of a sexy barrack down there at the bottom. But man, both these matches have been a bit of a mess. I feel like overall I did really well there. 150k heals is definitely not something I can complain about, but I really hope they do fix this soon. It's been a problem since the PTS. The frame rate issues on Corvus are really, really bad. Posing with 2 healer and Torv on his ass. Frost, big fan. Everyone emoting on Termal. I got Grover. Yeah, XD. Shoutouts to L the Justice. That was the IO. We'll go through the stats top to bottom. Kinessa did fine. Definitely could have done better. Grok's damage is actually pretty decent. He was AFKing a lot there. I don't really know why, but in game when he was playing, he didn't do too bad. Term did pretty decent. I feel like I did pretty good. I feel like the Xin also did okay, but probably could have done a tiny bit better, but nobody there on our side really did badly. As for their side, IO did alright. Torvald did alright. He did shield for a ton. Kinessa's damage there is kind of ridiculous. 152k. Props to her. Freaking shredded there. Grover also did really well. 90k damage, 100k heals, and the Tyro did pretty decent. Overall, I feel like they should have probably won that game from the stats page, but overall, I guess we managed to pull through just about. It was pretty close. It went 3-3, nearly the full distance. But yeah, there we go. That was Corvus 2 weeks later. I feel like the loadouts both worked pretty well there. The speed one specifically, max speed Corvus, worked really well in that second match because of the term and just the team comp we had. I really feel like we got a pretty big benefit from this setup. Of course, I hope you have enjoyed this somewhat weird Corvus video. I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Of course, let me know what you want to see me do next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay frosty.